Hello friends, welcome to this training on how to drop 30 to 50 pounds in 4 months while working a crazy schedule in the service industry. I'm going to keep this training short and succinct without skipping over very important information. I want you guys to get the best out of this training, so let's dive in. If you're watching this training, it's because you'd like to be healthier and lose weight, but you struggle to find the time and motivation to prioritize your health. Your job is stressful, often fast-paced and unpredictable, and you are short on staff on many occasions. You're surrounded by food all day, even if you're not a chef, and you work other role in the industry, and you often feel exhausted and lethargic, and yet at the end of every work day, at the end of every work week. You've tried different things over the years as well to improve your health, but nothing that's really stuck to your lifestyle long term. Plus, on top of everything else, you probably have a family and other household responsibilities that you have to dedicate time to. You also know that you're not getting any younger, and the longer you go without solving this problem, the worse it's gonna be. So you are concerned. This is you, then I got good news. In this training, I'll cover exactly what you need to turn your health around as a service industry worker so you can lose those 30 to 50 pounds or more if you want to, and get healthier, regain your energy, and live a life with higher quality. So I'm gonna teach you how to do it, even if you work 16 hours per day during 7 days a week. And I'm going to teach you what I learned personally during my own health journey, and also what I learned from my experience helping hundreds of people in the service industry improve their health: chefs, hotel managers, food business owners, you name it. So you might be asking right now, but who's this guy and what does he know? My name is Leo Amarim, and I used to be a manager in the hospitality industry. I worked in the industry for over 10 years before I became a personal trainer and a health and fitness coach. When I started out in the hospitality industry, I used to struggle with my own physical, mental health and my confidence. I had a long journey of trial and error before I figured out what actually worked for me as a service industry worker, and that got me to drop 55 pounds, but also got me to want to help others doing the same in an industry where so many people struggle with the issues that I was struggling with. So I got my certifications and I started coaching people in my part-time from the hotel job, and one thing led to the other, and now I'm here and I exclusively coach people that are in the service industry. So let's dive in. So most of you guys are familiar with the concept that is called the mise en place, right? So just like your kitchens and your restaurants and your hotels need the mise en place, your health and fitness are no different, and they also need the mise en place first, the preparation. This is very important. I always say that the first transformation starts in the mind first. So before you even think about nutrition or exercise, we need to nail this down, okay? So by creating a compelling vision of your future once you get to your goals, by establishing a strong why you're doing this and committing to these goals, that is what's going to make a difference between being successful in your journey or relapsing along the way. So you know that you're going to have weeks where work is much more stressful than usual, where you have a fight at home or whatever, and like every human being, you're gonna want to skip exercise, you're gonna want to order a fast food takeaway and cheat on your diet, so you gotta be prepared for that, right? And we're gonna start by setting the goal and being as specific as you can be. For example, dropping 50 pounds, fitting into my old jeans, being able to play with my kids without being tired, feeling energized at work, and feeling good on the beach in the next 6 months. And so I strongly recommend that you grab a pen and paper and answer to these questions. What am I going to be able to do then that I can't now? How will I look and feel every day waking up? And why is this important? Why is this important for you? Why is this important to your family, to your co-workers, to the people that you inspire every day? Why is it important that you make these health transformations? So answer to these questions as honestly as you can, and keep them in a place where you can refer back to when you have a tough moment, when you're having a tough week, and when you're asking yourself if that fast food delivery is worth it or not. One of my clients, James, who lost 50 pounds in 4 months and overcame a sugar addiction while being a chef, business owner, and father of 3 teenage kids, he said working on the mindset was what changed his relationship with food and allowed him to break free of his old habits. Now let's talk about nutrition, and I want to be very clear on something. Mainstream time-consuming diets and strategies might work for you if you work a 9-to-5 job and you can take your little Tupperwares to work, but we know that's not the case. Can you realistically track count and measure every single calorie that you have? Do you have time to prep meals for every day of the week if you're following a meal plan? And if you are following a meal plan, how do you navigate eating at work or eating out at restaurants or while you're on vacation? If you don't have an answer to that, that's totally fine, because you actually don't need to do any of that. The best nutritional strategy you can use when working in the service industry, both short and long term, is called intermittent fasting. This means you eat over a time frame and fast the rest of the time. For example, you eat over a period of 8 hours and then fast for 16 hours. As an example, you start your first meal of the day over lunch, 1 p.m., and you stop eating at 9 p.m., and you only eat again the next day. That's basically that. So you want to try and have whole meals, get rid of processed sugar, try to minimize booze, drink a gallon of water a day, and you'll see results without even starting the exercise. People tend to overemphasize the exercise when it comes to fat loss, but I guarantee you, if you get the diet right first, the rest is going to be way easier. Meet Paulie, food business owner that lost 80 pounds in 12 weeks. He followed our fasting protocol to the T, and he had to get a whole new wardrobe because he went back to his high school size. Now, Paulie was an exception. Not everyone can drop that amount of weight in this amount of time. It's a very short period of time, but just to show you what is possible when you actually do intermittent fasting. Now, when it comes to exercise, people tell me that their main issues are time and motivation. Most people also tend to think that they need to hit the gym or do cardio every day. That's far from the truth, okay? My clients, they start with 3 sessions of 30 to 40 minutes each, and they get awesome results. So you can do it too. And it all starts with time management. So here's what you need to do. Every Sunday, you sit down, you look at your schedule, your personal schedule, and you're gonna block 3 slots of 30 to 40 minutes. And you're gonna block this on the days where you're the least busy at work, with less reservations, less events, less customers, or you're gonna block this for your days off. So after doing that, you need to look at it as a very important business meeting, right? Say it was a meeting with your boss or with the CEO of your company, with the President of the United States. That would be like a priority. So you would not be skipping it if you weren't feeling like it. So that's the same thing for these blocks. You know, you gotta look at it as an absolute priority. Once it is booked, you gotta go and do it. Now, you can be in there for 30 to 40 minutes and actually make the best out of those minutes. Usually on the normal workout, what tends to happen is you start an exercise, you do the first set, it takes you like 1 minute, and then you rest for another minute, and then you do another set, and then you rest for another minute, and so on. What you're gonna do instead is you're going to use your rest periods to actually train a different muscle group. And that will make, one, your workout more time efficient, because you're gonna be doing more in less time. It's also going to keep your heart rate up during that period because you're basically not resting. So it's basically like you're doing cardio and lifting at the same time, and you'll burn more calories doing this. And as an example, let's say you're training, you're doing push-ups. So instead of doing 10 push-ups and resting for 1 minute, you're gonna do 10 push-ups, and immediately after, you're gonna do 10 bicep curls. So that's just an example of things you can do to mix and match muscle groups to make your time more compacted and your exercise more time efficient. Sandra is the operations manager of 2 properties in Nashville. She lost over 50 pounds in 4 months and ran her first half marathon at 47 years old. She trained 3 times per week, and her schedule is crazy. And those are pretty much the fundamentals: the right mindset, the right nutrition, time management, time efficient exercise. If you get this right, you'll see fantastic results. But of course, there are other things that will going to help massively, such keeping a good sleep routine so you can be rested and primed for this. And also, and probably the most important part, which is the accountability. So I encourage you to take what you learn here and take action, because having a sustainable health routine is totally worth it. And many other busy service industry workers and leaders have done the same using these exact same strategies, and it's actually not as hard as people think, okay? The most difficult decision is really to get started, to get yourself to get started. And for those of you who want to go a step further and are determined to make this transformation happen, to get rid of the weight, to improve your energy now, I offer a private coaching and accountability program. It's called the Hotel Fit, and I accept a small group of people each month to work with me directly. But the spots are limited as the attention is personalized, so if you'd like to apply to be part of the coaching program, just reach out to me on Facebook or send me an email at leo@thehotelfit.com for more info. Thank you for attending this training, and remember friends, it's never too late to start taking care of your health. Take action today, make that commitment now. You spend your whole life serving others, it is your turn now.